Welcome back to the Susana Gibb Show. I'm your host, Susana Gibb, and this season, we're exploring how we show up in mindset, confidence, and under pressure. And I think you're going to be inspired by today's guest, Annabelle Ayres. She knows a thing or two about performing under pressure. She's won the National Women's Clay Pigeon title 6 times. She's a Team USA shooter. She's represented our country on the world stage with grit, grace, and laser-sharp focus. She's also a rising voice in the world of competitive shooting and a powerful example of how confidence is built, shot by shot, choice by choice. In this episode, we talk about mental toughness, handling high-stakes moments, and what it takes to really show up like a champion. I hope you enjoy. And now, on with the show. Okay, welcome back. This is season 3 of our podcast in our brand new space. So we're very excited to be here on this podcast. We talk to people with grit and determination and entrepreneurs and artists. And I'm really excited that Annabelle is here with us today. And I'm going to read these off because she's a super badass. She is a professional sporting clay shooter and instructor with six ladies national titles, 2 ladies world titles. She is captain of Team USA 4 times. So you're a badass. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I was fortunate enough to see her in action earlier today, and you did good today.
Yeah, it was tough today. We were doing a charity shoot, and I was doing a lot of coaching. So it was fun, though. It was all for charity. It's supposed to be fun, but I still take it kind of serious. And I did leave a couple out there, but that's okay.
Okay. So tell me about the first time you even held a gun in your hands.
I was 8 years old, and the only reason I went is because they had a pond, and I wanted to be a professional bass fisher. My dad... so it was actually the guy who was the president of our bank. So my dad was going to the bank, talking to this guy. He's like, yeah, you're shooting and stuff. And he invited my dad out. And also my dad is a general contractor, and one of his subcontractors already shot out there. So he got invited. And then my dad started taking me just so I could fish. I was only 7, but when I turned 8, I was a little bit bigger and could actually hold a gun. So I would only shoot like 30. I hit my first 3 birds, though.
Oh.
Ever.
Wow.
Yeah, but I had already been around guns and stuff. My dad used to build rifles, and so I was pretty savvy.
How did the clay pigeon come into play? Did you shoot just anything, or like what was your eureka moment when you thought, man, this is my jam?
Well, it's more of like a youth sport, not so much a team sport. So when I was little, I was doing all the sports. Anything you can think of. So finally, I was going to do something that was like all me. And that sounds kind of greedy, but I really liked it.
I think there's lots of honesty to that. My daughter has a thing, and she'll kill me if she knew that I was saying this, but she likes track, and she gets really bothered if she can hear other people breathing. She's like, I don't want to hear anybody else breathing, Mom.
That's literally me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just how I'm like hardwired. I don't know. I mean, shooting on Team USA is different, though. Like, you're representing your country. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. So I'm good there. But, like, when I was younger, it was like, I don't want to be around these kids. So, but a lot of kids, when they found out I was shooting, like in 3rd grade, they're like, oh, I want to go do that. Mm. So, yeah. I actually had some of my friends, grew up in Louisiana, so some of my friends would come with me. We'd check out of school early, and we'd go shoot.
What was the first What was the first thing you won?
Just some little stuff. I won my first nationals, my first ladies national title when I was 13. But the year prior to that, I won like my class or something at nationals. So there's like different classes. The top is master, and then it goes AA, A, so on and so forth. And I had won something small, but the time between that and winning my first national title, it was a huge jump. I went from a 20 gauge to a 12 gauge in a year, less than a year. In my first year in a 12, I won. It's crazy. It's crazy to even say that.
Do you get nervous at all anymore? I mean, you've been doing it for so long, but
everybody thinks that like I don't get nervous, but honestly, like the last few years have been really, really tough. I ended up going to see Laney Basham. I think his place isn't too far from here. He's in Dallas.
Okay.
He's a mental coach, like a sports psychology coach.
Oh, interesting.
He's really, really good at what he does. But I started to put a lot of pressure on myself to win. Like not shooting my best scores and just not even breaking the targets very hard because I was so nervous and trying to be so like correct. I'd look at my gun and you don't move as well with the bird when you look at your gun. So I did end up taking some time away. So I'm trying to ease back in.
What do you do differently now based off of stuff like he taught you as far as like how you prepare, how you come into a shoot? Like what's different now?
It's all about plan.
Okay. Having
a plan going in to the station. And that's how it's been since day one. I was taught by Dan Carlisle. I don't even know how many gold medals he's won in bunker trap in the Olympics. But when I was younger, I had that exact same mindset that Laney he had taught me. But over time, I just started to put more and more pressure on myself and kind of lost that. So Laney just kind of reintroduced me to that mindset and basically just reminded me what to focus on. And it did help.
So what are you supposed to focus on? What's your mindset?
Your next shot.
Okay.
Yeah, think about your shot, not your score.
Oh,
you think about your score, you look at your gun. You think about your shot, you look at the bird. So.
Do you meditate or do you do any of that stuff? Do you feel like you have low blood pressure to begin with?
I do. I actually have really naturally low blood pressure. It's weird. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Maybe like helping to stay calm in like high pressure situations. But I feel like I'm just think about it like weeks in advance, just winning, what it's going to feel like.
So visualizing the win.
A lot of visualization, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the big titles and big stuff I have won, I'm going there for one reason, that's to win. And I pretty much already knew I was going to. So I'm trying to get back to that place. But you got to shoot all the time, almost every day. And I started working a full-time job like 2 years ago, and I just don't have the time. I'd be working 5 days a week, coaching on the weekends, and when you coach all day, you don't really want to shoot.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm kind of just back to shooting and giving lessons. So
you're a woman in a somewhat male-dominated, not somewhat. I'm tiptoeing around it. It's a dude sport.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's a lot of testosterone out there.
A lot.
Do you think about that coming into it? Like, no.
I love it.
You love it. What do you
Well,
love
I grew up shooting with dudes that were like cussing each other out the whole way around the course, and I was like 10 years old. So I grew up around a rough crowd. They're like the best people in the world, but they probably shouldn't have talked around a 10-year-old girl like that. But it definitely turned me into who I am today. Yeah. I can handle, and everybody that knows me personally can totally back that up. I don't really take any shit, but I feel like for me, from the get-go, like we're talking about like 10, 11 years old, I was trying to be, and people that know sporting clays will know who I'm talking about, John Kruger, Scott Robertson, they were always at the top of the leaderboard, like 2010, 2011, at all the big shoots. And then you have like Corey, Anthony, Zach, they were still pretty young, but now like those guys are at the top. So back then, I was trying to beat them. And by focusing on beating them, it kind of allowed me to blow through the ladies concurrent.
Oh.
And taking my mind off of winning ladies really, really helped get the titles that I did.
What's the atmosphere like when you go to these big shooting competitions? Do people talk to you? Is it welcoming? Are they territorial?
I really try to stay to myself.
Yeah.
I don't like doing all the chit-chatting. I get in a bad habit of taking what I do like too serious, and people see that like, oh, you look so mean. I'm like, you can come talk to me, but when I'm at a shoot, I'm focused on doing one thing. I take it really, really serious, and we don't get paid enough to take it that serious, but I do. I love it. I always have. I'm so passionate about what I do that some people see like passion is almost like aggression. Like they mistake the two because they don't have that passion for what I'm doing. They don't understand. So oftentimes people think like, oh, like she's mean, you know, like she has a bad attitude, but I just really care about what I do, and I want to do the best job I possibly can every time.
Do people ever say things like, oh, you're actually nicer than I thought you were?
Yeah.
You know, there's actually a name for that, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's something about when women are in power, not power positions, but held in high regard, like you are, like you've won all these awards. And so there's something that people attach to that. It's like, it's intimidating for people. So they automatically assume, oh, she's a bitch, right?
Yeah.
RBF, right? I don't know how many times I've heard that.
I'm sure that has a name. I don't know what it's called, but it's definitely a thing for sure.
I've heard the name and I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But I was at this women's leadership conference and somebody talked about it and I thought, oh my gosh, I've heard that so many times throughout my life that they were like, oh, I thought you're a lot nicer.
Well, people just naturally talk bad about successful people. I don't know if it comes from jealousy or what, but even I see people that are doing like great in life, not just in sporting class, just in life, making a lot of money, doing whatever, getting to go on all these hunting trips and, you know, going to shoot stuff I want to go do. I'm like, God, like it must be nice. But it's nice for them because they worked as hard as they did to get there. And I think more people need to realize, like, you know, we're still human. Just because we're successful doesn't mean, you know, we're going to be an asshole. So we take what we do really, really seriously, and we really care about it. And that's why it comes off to people as being something that it's really not.
Yeah. I mean, you also have a gun. That's a little bit intimidating, right?
Yeah, it's intimidating to the rest of the world, but not in sporting places. Nobody's, knock on wood, nobody's ever been shot at a sporting place shoot, and there's a lot of guns out there. So that kind of says a lot.
So obviously you've had tons of successes. And then I have to think there's been some missteps along the ways.
Yeah. My mouth tends to get me in trouble more than anything. It kind of goes back to like the passion thing. But honestly, I think a lot of people agree with me on this. The NSCA, National Sporting Class Association, could probably do a better job with all the money that we're putting in as far as like getting refs and stuff out, you know, keeping score. They're like our trappers. They pull and keep score for us. So yeah, the only real incidents I've ever had in the game is just been while I've been out shooting and having to argue with somebody whether or not I broke the bird, and I'm out there spending $5-6 grand just to be there for this guy that's never done this to tell me I didn't break the bird.
Oh.
And there's a national title on the one.
Yeah.
So that's really the only time I've ever had like a setback. But I mean, you win some, you definitely lose some.
Do you have a hot temper? Or are you slow simmer?
Now, I'm way more chill.
Oh, yeah.
But when it happened, I was really upset. Like I said, I put so much pressure on myself. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting better. Like today, even like sometimes the charity shoots, I'm like, why am I so wound up? Why do I care so much? Like, this is for charity. I just want to do good. I feel like everybody expects me to do good. And so therefore, like, it's like, okay, you have to do good. You know? Like, you want to maintain, like, that level. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you have to balance a lot of pressure to even go and do those things, you know?
Yeah, and sporting class is so political. It's like, in almost every sport, nobody remembers runner-up. So this is like my legacy. This is my career. This is like everything to me. So I put like an astronomical amount of pressure sometimes on myself. And it kind of made me like crumble, for sure. That's what happened. And yeah, very unfortunate, but you live and you learn.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What do you see yourself? Do you see yourself staying in the competition for clay shooting? I mean, is there a longevity of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do this until like you can't hold a gun up anymore. Yeah. So our concurrents, like I'm a lady. I used to be a junior. These are all concurrents. You can like place and win and stuff. It shoots. But we have like senior. Those are super senior. So just give everybody a chance to win a buckle, a trophy, some money. But yeah, I plan on doing this for the rest of my life, and that's also like another reason why it means so much to me. I want to have like a legacy, like set in stone in the sport. That's the goal. I want to do this for the rest of my life, so it just means a lot.
So do you? And I know you do lessons and stuff. Is that you think about? This is a weird question, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask it.
There you go.
Do you make more money doing tournaments or doing lessons? Like, is the lessons allow you to keep going in the tournaments?
Yeah, well, definitely winning helps book lessons.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, lessons are like main source of income.
Oh.
Tournaments, like my first national title, I won $75. I was 12 years old. Yeah, it was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a
That's
joke.
not gonna
Obviously,
pay.
I didn't pay to like go. Like my parents paid, so I didn't have any sponsors yet. But, like the hotel for a week, like 5 days, 6
Wow.
days a week, shells, airplane or just driving there, registration fees over $1,000. Yeah, it adds up. And shells are $100 a flat. You're gonna be there for 5 days. You're gonna need plus practice 5 or 6 flats, average. So I think a whole year of me shooting when I was younger, not in today's economy, but like 10 or so years ago, was like $50,000.
Is that what you would win or what you would spend?
No, what we would spend.
Oh my.
And yeah, I was getting a $75 check for ladies national champion. Now it's better. I think last year, top lady at nationals got $5 or $6,000.
Oh,
Might be wrong.
okay. Still not enough to live off of, though.
No, not even close. I think high overall, which is Brandon Powell won it. He got $20,000.
Okay.
But still, like you gotta have sponsorships, and I don't think there's a single female in the sport that's getting a paycheck from a sponsor, like a gun sponsor, shell sponsor, anybody. I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
Are the dudes getting it?
Yeah, there's a couple dudes.
What is it? Just the same
Because
reason
the top sporting clay shooters in the world are guys.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be there might be 1 or 2 ladies getting a paycheck, but I've never asked them. I don't personally know.
It's kind of hard to go up to people and go,
yeah, no.
What do you make?
No, we're not buddies or anything, so I was like, that's not a question. I would just like walk up and ask, like, hey, are they paying you? Like, no. But that would be cool if they were getting paid. We could definitely use them, and we'd work just as hard.
When we talked about the men, it made me think about when you started shooting as well as the men. Are the men nice to you?
No. No. Sporting clays is super political, and like there's like a lot of, they're very cliquey. They get in their little groups and they talk a lot of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, the men and the women. But the guys are, I don't know, I guess because this is like their life, that's all they have to talk about. But yeah, if you're beating them, it's crazy because like you'll go to a shoot and like find out something new about yourself. It's like, oh, I didn't know I did that.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can imagine what the guys say about the girls.
Is it any of those things, obviously, that more of a finesse than, like, do you ever compete? Is it the women compete with the women and the men compete with men?
No, it's everybody against everybody.
Everybody against
everybody.
everybody.
We just have concurrent. So I can win the whole thing in ladies.
Oh.
If I was 16 or younger, I could win junior, ladies, and the whole thing, which has happened.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but once you age out of that, I think junior, the cutoff is 21. Sub-junior, the cutoff is like 16 or 17. So once you get old enough, you're just, like, it kind of sucks for the guys. Because now they got to beat, once they're 22, 21, they got to beat the top guy shooter in the world. Because they're no longer in a concurrent until they become like a veteran, which is like 50 to 60, I think.
Interesting.
Might be wrong, but yeah.
So if you could tell your younger self, like when, your 13-year-old self who won her first national champion, if you could go back and tell her something now, what would you tell your younger self?
Probably try harder in school. Because I was always like out of school. Like they almost didn't let me graduate.
Oh.
I had to make up a whole high school year, my senior year of high school, just to graduate. Yeah, so I was always out of school. And even when I was home and able to go to school, I did not want to go because I was so far behind and my grades sucked. Then I would have to like come back up. I did have straight A's, but it's like I would miss so much stuff and get so far behind and have to like turn stuff in, and I wouldn't be actually in class, Mm-hmm. So that kind of made it hard. It made it really hard to graduate with A's.
If you can imagine pushing yourself into the future 10 years, and now you're in your 30s, I won't say what would you imagine that you would tell yourself right now? I know it's kind of a weird question, but...
No, probably just don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I came really close to giving up a few years ago.
Yeah? Why?
Just because of all the BS that has happened to me and just people in this sport. I mean, I have like 1 or 2 friends, maybe 3, 4 in the sport that I can like really talk to. Mm-hmm. And since it is a really small sport and it's a very small group that's like at the top consistently, like everybody just wants to bring you down. And that's so dumb to me. Like, I've never talked about some of the people or even talked to some of the people. And then I'll hear, like, whatever's going on. Or I remember I was sitting at the bar with my mom in our hotel. And I had a really long day. I was, like, 18, 19. My mom got me a beer. Right? Some people are going to think that's terrible, but I'm from Louisiana. It's normal. Yeah. Okay? It was a Stella. Okay?
Love Stella.
Yeah, very innocent. And this guy walks by and takes a picture. Mm. And I notice it. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I chase him out of the hotel. I'm like, why did you take a picture of me? Like, delete it. I'm pretty sure he was going to, like, send it to one of my sponsors. Mm. Yeah, like, why? We don't make enough money for you to do.
Yeah, why spread the hate?
Yeah, it is so weird. And that kind of almost drove me out of it. So I feel like my future self would be like, stick it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any opportunities to change the culture? Like, because what do the younger girls coming in think? I have to think.
I'm honestly scared for some of them.
Why?
Because there's just like some nasty men in our sport. Yeah. Kind of just like everywhere you go in life, there's just like gross people. But yeah, I would just say like, be careful and just focus on shooting. And look good while you do it.
There you go. So, is there anything that you want to talk about that we did not talk about?
I think that's good.
Yeah? I didn't leave anything out? It goes by so fast, right?
Yeah, it did go by really fast.
So, I think the only other thing, and this is more for the insurance bit, which is because Gibb Insurance sponsors the podcast.
Yeah.
How do you have your guns insured?
Oh, I don't. I do have coaching insurance.
Oh, you have coaching insurance?
Mm-hmm. We have to. We have to have instructor insurance.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
that makes
like
sense.
I'm coaching other people in case, like, I don't know, nothing would happen. But we have to have it now. It's like a new thing. It happened or they made us start doing it like a couple of years ago, I think. It's
professional liability
insurance. But gun insurance, I don't know.
How many guns do you have?
Actually, not that many.
Oh, no?
Well, I've never bought a gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you have guns?
People give me guns.
People give you the guns?
My dad.
Okay.
My dad's given me a lot of guns. Sponsors. I'm actually getting a new gun soon. I'm really, really excited.
Oh.
It's from I don't even know if I should say it. Probably not. I'm probably going to
wait. A new sponsor.
We'll
just call them a new sponsor.
I think I'm the only female sporting clay shooter. They sponsor like skeet shooters and trap shooters. I'm the only sporting clay shooter female they've ever sponsored in the world. So I'm really, really, really excited. It's like my dream gun.
Why?
Because like there's no way I could I guess I could afford it if I didn't like shop so much. But yeah, growing up, my dad, very, very grateful for him, but he'd never buy me this gun.
No.
Because it is worth quite a bit of money, in my opinion.
How much is it worth?
Like 25, 30.
$1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, which is not bad in our sport, but some people in this sport are like super, super loaded. I don't come from that. But yeah, I'm just really, really grateful, and I'm so excited.
They probably have insurance on it.
Probably.
Yeah, on home insurance policies, on a lot of them, they have like a sublimit for guns or firearms, and they call it a firearm policy. So you go and you list out all the firearms, because otherwise it would be subject to like $1,500 or $3,000. And as you know, you've got a $25,000 gun.
My mom does my insurance. I could not tell you. She's like my manager.
Aw.
Yeah, shout out my mom.
Shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she does a lot for me. She's doing my taxes and everything. So. Yeah, awesome. I wish they would have taught that in school.
Right? They're starting to.
They should.
When my son was in 5th grade, they said, we're doing a tax thing. But I feel like that should be mandatory. Even in college, that would be so great.
Yeah, very, very handy, because I know nothing about that. I could totally do my own insurance, but she did help me buy my house, so I feel like she just took it upon herself to like make sure everything was right. So.
Have they always been your big cheerleading team? Yeah.
Well, my parents separated when I was 12, but my dad was like the main one who got me into the sport. Yeah, he was working like 2 or 3 jobs. Like he would have 2 or 3 like different construction projects going on at one time, and he was always able to buy me shells, take me to go see Dan down by Houston, which was like a 5-hour drive for us every other week. So I even like spent summers with Dan, and my parents would trusted him enough for me just to stay at their house. So when he would be done giving lessons all day, he'd come get me like right before dark. We'd just go shoot as much as we could.
Oh, that's super
cool. Yeah, but yeah, my mom is a huge cheerleader. She kind of had to be after my parents separated. Yeah, very grateful for her.
That's awesome. Well, if people want to find you, where do they find you?
Social media. I do have a little website, but they can't make fun of it because my mom made it for me.
I've been to your website. It's cute.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have some great pictures on there.
They're from my Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, she just like went on my Facebook and took pictures off my Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, she's like my manager. So it was just one day I just woke up to a text that, hey, you have a website. Here's the link. Sweet. Thank you. It's like a GoDaddy website. I love it though. You know, it's just like, and people can like message me on there and stuff. So it's easier just to reach me though, like probably through email. Annabelle Ayres at iCloud.com for like booking and stuff. And then my social media, it's just my name, Annabelle Ayres, and I'm on Facebook. I do have a TikTok, but TikTok does not like guns. So that makes it really hard.
Juan behind the camera is shaking his head. He's like, no, they do not like guns.
Yeah, no, they're like really, really picky. And it's like, I'm not trying to do nothing bad. Like, so I want to start my own like media company.
Yeah.
Like, just me and my friends shooting, or like today we shot with Vincent Hancock, Olympic gold medalist, like me and him out, you know, messing around with guns and shells, chokes, doing this, shooting that, you know, doing whatever. So maybe I can like find a way around that on TikTok. TikTok is huge though, so we'll see. Maybe we can like finagle our way in there.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
I don't know, we'll try. I feel like they just don't like it when you like post hunting videos, like shooting a bird and like hitting the bird and it dying. Yeah, they're very like picky about that. But maybe sporting clays, so like, so we're not killing anything.
Yeah.
We're just practicing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
You.
I'm so excited to have you.
Me too. Thanks. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in 2 weeks.